I'm a little impressed and very happy to be here. And I will present you Moederiam Belgium, which is an association who is a structure for Dance and Duende in Belgium. Moederiam has been created a few years ago, I don't know exactly, and it was created by Yuma and Emeric Turet. And it has a very, very beautiful logo that has been invented and made by
Yuma and Jack Nyland.
Yuma and Jack Nyland. It's the logo of Moederiam that you all know, I suppose. The feelings that I have of this association is a big notion of heritage, because maybe except Yuma and Elizabeth, who have been in from the beginning, a lot of different people have been in this association, trying to keep it alive, and some people were in and went out and sometimes come back, and so we have to, it's renewing, always renewing, because the people in the association are always new. Quite every 2 or 3 years, new people accept to be in charge, and people that are a little tired of the charge take a little distance. But always the one who left, the one who take a distance, is present to transmit, of course. Nobody just go and if you want to have some space, a few months before you tell the others, and so we find another people who is ready to be in charge, and we take the time to explain. And for example, Emeric, who decided to leave, was very present anytime we needed a question or information. He was present to say, okay, this was it, and so it was the same for any people. And about the organization itself or structure, I think it will be said by Sarah and Sandra later. So I will try to give you a perspective of more general of the group. So it is based in Brussels on a legal point, but we have members who work, for example, Jean-Luc is in Namur, that is about 60 kilometers, and we have other students who come from Belgium, where the distance are not that big, so they come to practice to Brussels and so. And we have also members from the north of France, for example, Béatrice Rey or Anne Radivoniuk. They join us from time to time. And as we have now a place like Aviot, which is just in France but just near the Belgian border, this is another, it became quite another center where people can come from Belgium and France and of course other countries. What I could say about a characteristic of our group, we are at the moment we are quite nomad, because we don't have our own place, except the moment or there was the Art Divin, that was really a place with a house and a place to practice, that it was really dedicated to the practice. We have been only in shared spaces. Le Cadran was a very nice place when we feel a little home, but it was shared with another people, and then after we just rent some places. And even now in the dojo, with Master Kazajima, we rent part of it. We don't have it full time. So the connection is not through space, through a common space. It is more with communication between us and the meetings. And another characterization for me is that we have a lot of different practices and people involved in many different practices, not only dance. We have dancers, but except Elisabeth and now Hélène, none of us is a very only professional dancer. So it's always partly part of our time that is dedicated to the practice. And but some of us have developed their own wisdom with their professional practice. So, for example, Stéphanie, who is the creator of Théâtre Duende, she will be arrived tomorrow, for those who don't know her. And she is a certified teacher, and she has been created this special ray of the star of Théâtre Duende. We have Elisabeth, who has been creating Tango Duende, and she gives, this year she gives every month workshops with Tulin, as a teacher. We have Tai Chi and a stick Duende with Jean-Luc Perrault, who is in Namur, but he comes quite oftenly, and he is also a certified teacher. And we have the Gypsy Duende with Sarah and Hélène. At the moment, Oriental Duende is not really taught. We had Pascal Campion and me and Sarah, but for the moment we don't have regular classes or workshops. Personally, I am the creator of Anima Duende, which is a puppetry, art of puppetry applied to the wisdom with Duende. And we have a lot of collaboration between us, not only to organize and not plan the workshops altogether, but also now we have a lot of teachers working together. For example, for tango, Elisabeth works with Tulin. For gypsy, Sarah works with Hélène. These are for regular workshops and classes. And we develop other collaboration. Of course, as soon as we can, as much as we can, we go to each other classes and workshops, if we can do so. Even if for example, Sarah goes to Théâtre Duende, even if she doesn't want to be an actress, but it is a part of the knowledge and wisdom to go to each other's classes. And so we can put on collaboration with a deep knowledge of each one discipline. It's very concrete. It's not, oh, it would be nice to do something together. When we collaborate, we know exactly what part of wisdom we can exchange. I will give just an example with Anima and Tango because it will be the next experiment for me. And because I have been to Elisabeth's classes, and I saw, because of the touching and the impulses and how to direct and how to receive. And I know with Anima we work on this, so I propose to Elisabeth very concretely we can collaborate with this subject because we will complete each other. We have a very, very strong particularity too, of course, that is the presence of Yuma in Belgium. which is a condition that the other groups in Europe don't have as much as we have. It means that we have, sometimes it's more easy, sometimes it's less. We have the inspiration. It's quite easy for us to ask and to ask for vision and advices and everything. And but of course, if students come, they mostly want to come. Most of the time, they want to come to Yuma, and some we are any teacher we have to take our place and to be self-confident, to be what we are, and not to be attracted by, of course, the light of Yuma. Yes, I was forgetting. I want to speak about the petit rituels entre amis, which are now led by Ninon Robin.
And Anita.
And Anita now, okay. And it was like a special moment dedicated to magic space, and we have been created it more regularly since about 2 years. There have been halls, but we try to do it regularly quite. And we started Maison des Femmes because we had there a project of classes to women in a suburb, in a neighborhood. And so we start there, and it is really a magic space, a moment for the magic space, for offers and also artistic experimentation. If you have a project that is on the road, on the way, you can offer it to the present persons to show where you are, to like testimony of where you are in your own research, artistic and wisdom and all that things that we deal with in Danza Duende. So it has been until then very, very different. We had sketches, music, dances, a lot of different things, and sometimes we try also to have space for improvisation. But since then, most of the times, people did prepare more or less what they would present to this petit rituel. And now we will have it for the few months that are coming, every month, very regularly in the dojo. And so it's also a way to present to people that are not exactly, don't know exactly what is about Danza Duende. They are on the edge. They would like to see, they would like to know, but maybe, but not sure. And so we invite them to see what happens in this ritual, and sometimes they say, okay, I understand more what's about. And of course, Yuma has regular classes in the dojo. And Claudia with, oh yes, I was forgetting, thank you. So Yuma has classes every week on Wednesday morning and Friday afternoons. And Claudia, which is not here, is also a teacher of Pilates, and she's working on the link with Pilates and Danza Duende, and she's I don't know the word in English, trapezist, circus artist and dancer and a teacher. And she had two collaboration, for example, with Elisabeth with tango, as Jean-Luc has collaboration with
15 minutes.
Okay, as collaboration with tango too. And
now they had a show, Ninon, Emeric and her together. They just made a show. They were working on a show with horses.
It was a part in a very, for the new year even it was a very big thing, and they were
And just one thing I want to say also, Stephanie and me were working on a presentation about trees, about the tree of life. And Magali.
Okay.
Yeah. Ah, Magali.
Magali works, yes, Magali works about body painting, and so she, and about picture, and so she also collaborates with people in the group, and we have Jessica who is the designer, and she collaborates too. She makes duende with the costumes, and most of us, we already have some pieces of our heart, and very happy of it. So this is the way the collaborations goes, and I would just end saying that I had this vision this morning about this group, that it is like a star, that the ray, to shine, the ray has to go and go back, you know, because otherwise it's always like that. It is exactly like that. People have some freedom because we are not obliged to do things, and sometimes we need space, and so we go back, and so we come back to take our place, and there is always something happening, not always in the same direction, but this is the shining of this group, I think. And I don't know if my friends would like to add something about that I might have forgotten. My personal wish is now that we could
Michel
do
Ragy, maybe that came a lot to Brussels.
You're right. You're right. It is quite linked that we have Yuma in Brussels, so we have the Luxids December 2013. That he comes quite regularly to teach in Brussels. He did teach in Namur lately too, and so we have this quite regular inspiration and work, that is very, very rich too, and each of us can connect with his own practice. In fact, we are very lucky to be there with all these wonderful people, and well, I'm very proud to be part of it and to dedicate as much as energy as I can to this. And for the organization, we will say that just I want to mention Caroline Mert, that is not here today, but it is a very strong people for the association too.
We have 1 minute more. I would like just to say also that it could be interesting to see the link between Belgium and France, because you work a lot in France and maybe you're going to teach in Paris. No, not.
I don't think so.
No. Okay. But it's a possibility that
Yes, maybe with
almost
Anouk.
going to happen.
Maybe with Anouk.
Yes.
Yes, you're right.
And also, I'm working now sometimes in Paris. Anouk invited me to dance with Ragy, and so there's like Lille, and it's not so far, you know, Brussels from Lille in France. It's 1 hour train to go, 1 hour and a half train to go from Paris to Brussels. So you can even go in the morning and come back at night. So it's interesting to know geographically that it seems 2 countries, but actually they're not so far one from the other.
And we speak the same language.
Yes.
Yes, very right, exactly. That's very important. True. 30 seconds.
Yeah, meditation.